Hi everyone, Ed Robertson. Thank you for listening to the TV Confidential podcast. We'll be back with a brand new edition of TV Confidential later in the week. In the meantime, please enjoy this clip from a conversation you may have heard before, but probably haven't heard in a long time. Please enjoy.
Hi, this is writer Joseph Doherty, and you're listening to TV Confidential on the Finley Quality Network.
Tony Figueroa and Donna Allen are back with us as we continue our look at this week in TV history. This particular segment originally aired in August 2012. Tony?
And unfortunately, I had to continue with this theme because we lost Elvis.
Well, because 1977 was
1977 was a sad year. On August 16th, and then 2 days later, August 18th, we lost Groucho Marx. Groucho, one of Minnie's boys. He was Julius Marx.
Yes.
He was Julius Marx. And he was born in 1890. And the mother, Minnie, got the boys into show business. It was actually, Groucho, Harpo, Chico, and Gummo were in vaudeville. Gummo left the act before they took off. Zeppo came in because at that time they wanted to have four. Zeppo was early on in the movies and then eventually left.
And then he joined, I think Zeppo and Gummo became talent agents.
Yeah, they were both very, very successful as talent agents. Chico was a brilliant mathematician in his own right and was very instrumental, I believe, in negotiations with the Screen Actors Guild and such, but was also a horrible gambler.
Yes.
Apparently he could work a ledger but not count cards at the casinos or not pick the right horse, and Harpo and Groucho were constantly bailing him out financially.
In fact, I believe David Misch mentions in Funny the Book, Everything You Wanted to Know About Comedy, that some of the last movies they made as a team were made financially to help
Chico
out of trouble,
And then Groucho later went on to do You Bet Your Life on radio, and then on television.
Television, right.
And I listened to some of the radio shows on long road trips, and they are hysterical, and some of his jokes are dirty. I mean, he could be filthy with a pause and just a beat of silence and allowing the audience's mind just to go wherever they're going to go. And I know he got in trouble a couple of times crossing the line with broadcast standards. Never said a foul word, but certainly with the use of innuendo and double entendre, he could get in trouble. The legendary one was having the family, I believe it was an Italian family that had like 12 kids. He said, "Why do you have 12 kids?" "Because I love my wife." And he said, "Well, I love my cigar, but once in a while I take it out." I believe that got him into some hot water.
Yes.
But yeah, and he continued on. I mean, he was really the last one. I believe Zeppo and Gummo died earlier in 1977 as well.
I believe you're correct.
They all kind of left around the same time.
I don't know whether this is from the radio show or the TV show, but a couple quick one-liners. A tree surgeon is one of the contestants on You Bet Your Life, and Groucho asked the tree surgeon, "Tell me, doctor, have you ever fallen out of a patient?" And also, Groucho asked a female contestant her age. The lady replied, "Let's just say I'm approaching 40. Groucho, really? From what direction?
The cool thing about You Bet Your Life was also it was very much a variety show as well, because you might have certain contestants that have a talent and they display their talent. Some of them could be ringers. You did have celebrities on the show.
It was a game show in the loosest sense of the word.
I think Sammy Kahn was on.
Yeah.
And said, "Before we play the game, why don't you sing a song?" And he'd sing like All the Way with Groucho, which was hysterical. Or I remember they had this one little girl that was like this prodigy that played piano, and they had a different contestant that would come later on who would be playing, the prize was going to be a piano, like this giant grand piano. And they brought the little girl who was like, 5 years old. Said, "What? Can you show us how to play the piano?" And she played like this. It was all predetermined. But you have bits like that. I mean, I know a couple of the brothers appeared on as contestants. Other celebrities would do walk-on. Jack Benny did one where he was as a character. as a contestant. He had a wig and a mustache. So you did have that sort of stuff.
And you never knew what you were going to see.
And this was before Charles Van Doren, so I'm sure whatever looseness was with the game show, it was all done in fun, and it was not a serious business.
I don't know whether this story is apocryphal or not, but I think I read somewhere where there were times when there were a couple of times when the contestants were not faring very well, and so in order to make sure that one or both of them came away with a little bit of money, Groucho would pull out, okay, who's buried in Grant's tomb?
Which they could do that.
Yeah.
Well, again, I guess this was pre-Charles Van Doren, so you can get away with that.
Yeah.
It was more about having fun.
Right, exactly. But again, it was the game show in the loosest sense of the word. The contestant was as much a foil for Groucho as anything else.
Yeah. And so was George Fennerman.
Yes.
George Fennerman, towards the end of his life, Groucho told George Fennerman that he was the male Margaret Dumont. But I think the difference is George Fennerman got the jokes.
Yes.
Margaret Dumont showed up, read her lines, never got the jokes. and she, her last appearance with Groucho was on the show Hollywood Palace. I think it was 1968, and she died the next day.
Oh, wow.
And they did, kind of the Captain Spaulding routine, where he's got the pith helmet, and it's just those the silly gags, He's, Captain Spaulding, do you ever hunt bear? Of course not. I wear a bikini. Or have you come across any boars? And he said, well, not since I met you.
Yes.
It was just all these little bits. But you really have to look at how much he's influenced comedy. Radio comedy, style, one-liners, zingers.
And apparently in their prime, David Mish has the story in Funny the Book where the four Marx brothers are meeting with Irving P. Thalberg. And apparently Thalberg was late for the meeting. And by the time Thalberg arrived, all four brothers were naked, and they were roasting marshmallows and a few other things in front of. They basically, ran loose in Thalberg's office. Lesson learned: never keep them waiting again. So
they had to be handcuffed on the set. There was a story about Groucho and Chico when they were on tour with Vaudeville, and you have to keep in mind, these guys are Jewish. And they were in towns where oftentimes the hotels didn't admit Jews. Mm-hmm. And so they would have to stay in people's homes and such. And so they were in this one town, and this lovely Jewish couple saw them on stage, and they said, boys, we know you're Jewish. We thought while you're in town Friday night, perhaps you'd like to come over to our house for Seder. And Groucho and Chico were kind of roaming the streets, looking for trouble to get into. And they stumble upon the house that they're going to on Friday. And the two daughters are there, two very young and attractive daughters. And Chico was known as somebody who could charm the pants off of a girl. Mm-hmm. And did.
Yeah, yes.
And the parents come home to find the two brothers in bed with the two daughters, completely naked. Story goes that they very carefully grabbed their clothes and exited through the window. So the last thing they see are two bare behinds going out the window. And then Chico comes back, stick his head through the window and said, I hope this doesn't negatively impact Friday night. I may be misquoting there, but just...
You got the reaction.
That was how they rolled.
One more item. If you're starting a company, particularly one that is in an emerging market, you know that averting any sort of legal dispute is crucial to your business plan. Our friends at Tectonic Law offer an array of services that can help you avoid and preempt future litigation while also developing and protecting your intellectual property and intangible assets. Tectonic Law serves the needs of a host of emerging industries throughout California and beyond, including industrial designers, beverage makers, artists, farmers, retail stores, health practitioners, wellness experts, cosmetics manufacturers, nonprofit organizations, innovators in sustainable practices, and libraries. Go to tectoniclaw.com to learn more about how Tectonic Law can help your business thrive. tectoniclaw.com. Rock solid representation for groundbreaking industries.
This portion of TV Confidential is brought to us by our friends at Front Porch Realty, the community of realtors in the Northern Bay area of California that is committed to finding the solution that is best for their clients. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or looking to sell or lease your property in Northern California, call Karen Strain at 415-886-7411 or visit frontporchrealtygroup.com for more information on how they can help you.
Ed Robertson thanking you for listening to the TV Confidential podcast. If you like what you hear, please hit the subscribe button so that you won't miss our next episode.